Good morning. So continuing on with chapter 12, lesson 10, I'm starting on page 511, which is where the problems are found. So let's take a look at rewriting each of these into the given units. So it starts off relatively simple, and then it's going to get a little bit more complicated after that. So I'm going to do a quick snip and sketch here of questions 1 to 10. And we're going to get started. All right. So this is kind of a big review of, do you remember how many feet are in yards, how many pints are in cups, days and weeks, and so on. So let's take a look at this. So first off, I'm gonna give myself a little cheat sheet here, and I'm gonna say that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. Well, that's really nice because this one is only 1 yard. So I'm basically gonna rewrite this as 3 feet. Well, now I have 3 feet and 2 feet, so I'm going to say 3 feet plus 2 feet equals 5 feet. Like I said, starts off pretty simple. Let's take a look at question 3. 3 pints and 1 cup. So first off, 2 cups equal 1 pint. So every time I have a pint, I have 2 cups. So this is going to be a quick multiplication. 3 pints times 2 will give me 6. So 3 pints is actually 6 cups. And 6 cups plus 1 cup is 7 cups. So far so good, right? Weeks to days, and we need days. So I know that there are 7 days in 1 week. If I have 3 weeks, I have 7 days times 3 weeks is 21 days. And I know 21 days plus 1 day is 22 days. Great, right? Not a problem. Let's come down to the adding and subtracting of measures. So let's see, 4 plus 6, and you have to do the ounces alone and the pounds alone. So 4 plus 6 is going to be 10 ounces. 2 plus 1 is 2 pounds. That's it. No regrouping. Nothing else. We got lucky here. If our 10 ounces had been more than 16, we would have to do some regrouping to get your final answer. Number 6. Here we go. Gallons to quarts. So first things first, 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. So now we get this problem with the 2 quarts and the 3 quarts. I can't take 3 quarts from 2 quarts because that just doesn't work. You would be negative. So I'm going to change the top. So instead of saying 3 gallons, I'm going to say 2 gallons. And because I'm going to take a gallon and basically I'm going to pour it into quart-sized containers, I can give this 2 4 quarts. So it's going to become the 2 quarts I have plus the 4 quarts I'm giving it is going to be 6 quarts. So now instead of saying I have 3 gallons and 2 quarts, I'm going to say I have 2 gallons and 6 quarts, which is the same amount of liquid, just shown differently. But what it does for me is now I can subtract. So 6 quarts minus 3 quarts is going to give you 3 quarts. And then a simple subtraction here with 2 minus 1 gives you 1 gallon. So now I have 1 gallon and 3 quarts, which is our final answer, and done with the problem. Moving on to number 7, 5 hours 20 minutes minus 3 hours 15 minutes. So this one again is pretty straightforward. We're just going to subtract here. 10 minus 5 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. You're going to get 5 minutes. 5 minus 3 is 2. So you have 2 hours, 5 minutes. I suppose you don't need the 0 in there. So 2 HRs and 5 minutes. And that's your total answer. So I hope you're thinking, so far so good. This isn't too bad. Question 6 was a little rough, but I think I can handle it. I hope so. So now let's move on to the bottom here where it says rewrite each measure in the given unit. So 1 hour 15 minutes in terms of minutes. So we're going to take that and say I know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So that means 1 hour is 60 minutes. And I'm going to add 15 minutes. And say 60 plus 15 is 75 minutes. So far, so good. Not too bad. Quarts and pints. First, you got to know that 2 pints equal 1 quart. So every time I have a quart, I know I have 2 pints. So I'm going to say 4 quarts times 2 is going to give me a total of 8 pints here. And then I'm simply going to add it to the 2 and come up with an answer here, of which I'm going to let you do on your own because it is that easy. All right, number 10, 10 feet, 10 inches. So we know that 12 inches equals 1 foot. So my 10 feet, I'm going to multiply by 10, and hopefully you recognize this is a fairly simple question. The answer here is 120. You're going to have 120 inches plus 10. And again, I'm going to let you finish that question on your own. Not too bad. So just so you know, these problems can get considerably more difficult. I like that they're starting you off kind of slow. I'm going to get you warmed up into it. Let's see if I can get the second half of the page on here, and we will move on. Okay, so tons and pounds. There's 2,000. You have 2,000 pounds that equals 1 ton. So if I want this whole thing, oh, this is subtraction. I don't even need to do that. All right. So 300 pounds minus 300 pounds is 0 pounds, lb. And 2 tons minus 1 ton is 1 ton. So you are left with 1 ton and 0 pounds. That's pretty tough. Okay, number 12. 10 gallons, 8 cups, plus 8 gallons, 9 cups. Oh, here we go, number 12. So we're going to add our cups. 8 plus 9 is 17 cups. 10 gallons plus 8 gallons is 18 gallons. That's a lot. So 16 cups equals 1 gallon. I have 17 cups, which means I have a whole gallon and 1 cup left over. So I'm going to take 16 of these 17 cups and I'm going to put them together and make another group of a gallon. Technically, it is subtraction with some regrouping. So I'm going to take 16 cups out of here. I'm going to get left with 1 cup. And this 16, I'm going to bring as 1 additional gallon over here and add it. So at the end of this problem for number 12, you should have 19 gallons and 1 cup. This is where it starts to get more difficult. I would give this a medium level difficulty question. Only because I would give number 13 more of a hard level question because it's subtraction with regrouping. So, taking a look at number 13, pounds and ounces. So if we are talking about mass, meaning when you step on a scale and you're given a weight in pounds and ounces, we're looking at 16 ounces equals 1 pound. Okay? So when I get this 6 over this 12, that's where we have problems. So you can't take 12 ounces from 6 ounces. You're going to have to get some ounces from all your pounds over here. So I'm going to make this 6 pounds. And now because when I regroup a pound, I add 16 ounces to my ounces. 16, I'm going to do a quick little add over here. 16 plus 6 is going to give me 22 ounces. So instead of 6 ounces, I now have 22 ounces. So basically 7 pounds 6 ounces is equal to 6 pounds 22 ounces. It's just how I've distributed it. And I got to have that 22 or I can't subtract. So now I'm just going to do basic subtraction here. 22 minus 12 is going to give me 10. And then 6 minus 2 is going to give me 4. And my total here is going to be 4 pounds 10 ounces. So that one is hard. So 11 easy, 12 medium, and 13 difficult. All right. Moving on into some word problems here. Number 14. Ahmed fills 6 pitchers with juice. Each pitcher contains 2 quarts and 1 pint. How many pints of juice does he have in all? So we got to go back to making sure we understand how many pints are in quarts. Okay. So our conversion here is going to be that 2 pints equal 1 quart. So every time I have a quart, I have 2 pints. So my first one is going to be, I don't want eraser. I want the eraser, not the ruler. So I'm going to say my 2 quarts is going to become 4 pints. Plus 1 pint that I already had equals 5 pints. So how many pints of juice? 5 pints. Not too hard. Sense or nonsense? Sam and Dave each solve the problem at the right. Sam says the sum is 4 feet 18 inches. Dave says the sum is 5 feet 6 inches. Whose answer makes more sense? Whose answer is nonsense? Explain. So let's just do the addition right here since we have it. 10 plus 8 is 18 inches. And 2 plus 2 is 4 feet. Now you got to remember 12 inches equals 1 foot. So, well, Sam has done what appears to be a correct answer, and it is correct. Dave says 5 feet 6 inches. So here's what Dave did. Dave saw that 18 inches is more than a foot because a foot is 12 inches. So he decided he was going to take out a group of 12, which is a foot, and he's going to end up with 6 inches left over because 18 minus 12 is 6. 8 minus 2 is 6. 1 minus 1 is 0. And then, because this 12 inches becomes a foot, he's going to add it as 1 foot to the 4. So you get 4 plus 1 is 5 feet. So there is his answer. So sense, nonsense, they both make sense. If I had to choose which one would be most correct, I suppose Dave is the most correct, and that I can't adjust this answer any further. 4 feet 18 inches is correct. It might not be completed. It's 100% correct. Maybe it's not 100% done. So I would say for this, they are both correct, and then I would just say that Dave has reduced this, I guess. That's more of a fraction term. But you can't do anything else to 5 feet 6 inches. 5 feet 6 inches is it. So there you go. You guys decide how you want to answer that question. All right, number 16. Jackson has a rope 1 foot 8 inches long. He cuts it into 4 equal pieces. How many inches long is each piece? So we're going to need to make this 1 foot 8 inches into inches alone. So I know that 1 foot is 12 inches plus my already 8 inches equals 20 inches. Now I'm going to cut this into 4 equal pieces. Oh, this problem is not bad. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. How long is each piece? 5 inches. Reading, comprehension, and a multi-step problem here. So not a hard problem, but you got to know what you're talking about. All right, that's it for page 511. Let's move on to 512 and see what we have in store over there. A big problem. Okay, so let me just get the unlock the problem here, and we will move on. So Theo is practicing for a 5-kilometer race. He runs 5 kilometers every day and records his time. His normal time is 25 minutes and 15 seconds. Yesterday, it took him only 23 minutes, 49 seconds. How much faster was his time yesterday than his normal time? So what are we being asked to find here? We're being asked how much faster he was yesterday than his normal time. So I'm debating on putting the difference in time. So I guess it's basically here. How much faster? Oh, writing with a stylus is not always neat. And maybe I'm just copying this. What information do we know? We know his normal time, which was 25 minutes and 15 seconds. And we know yesterday's time, where he ran 23 minutes and 49 seconds. How we solve the problem? Well, this how much faster is key for subtraction. So we are going to subtract. We're going to subtract basically what we just put in letter B. We're going to subtract his normal time from yesterday's faster time. Now, of course, they gave me this really small spot in D to solve, so I'm going to do the best I can. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to work in the side space over here so I have a little bit more space with the stylus. So basically, we have to subtract. So I'm going to have 25 minutes, 15 seconds, subtract, ooh, I'm already making mistakes on here. 23 minutes, 49 seconds. So this, I would give this a more complicated problem because you have to regroup them. You have to regroup 1 minute from the 25 into seconds so that you can subtract your seconds. So in case you don't have it close at hand, there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. So I'm going to take this 25 and say, I need you to be 24 right now because I need to take one of those minutes and change them into seconds to give to the seconds over here so they have enough seconds to subtract. So instead of having 24 minutes and 15 seconds, instead of having 25 minutes and 15 seconds, I'm going to have 24 minutes and 60 plus 15 seconds. 5. So now with 24 minutes and 75 seconds, I can subtract. And what do you know? They're still going to make you borrow in here. Man, you just cannot catch a break. Now we're back to just regular base 10 subtracting here. So, did I switch it to red? I wanted a different color. So we're going to have 6, and this is going to be 15 minus 9, which is going to give me 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. And then 24 minus 23 is 1. So he was 1 minute and 26 seconds faster on his fastest day. Okay, so letter E. So D I did over there. E, fill in the sentence. Yesterday Theo ran 5 kilometers in a time that was 1 minute, 26 seconds faster than his normal time. All of this for 1 minute, 26 seconds. It took me longer than 1 minute, 26 seconds to do the problem. All right, moving on. last couple problems here. We're going to finish this page up. All right, 18, go deeper. Don has 5 pieces of pipe. Each piece is 3 feet 6 inches long. If Don joins the pieces end to end to make one long pipe, how long will this new pipe be? Okay, so we've got 5 pieces. They're each 3 feet 6 inches long. You could add a lot. I am going to choose to multiply. Okay? In a very similar manner, multiplication is going to work absolutely the same here. 5 times 6 is going to give me 30 inches. 5 times 3 feet is going to give me 15 feet. Now, because I know that 12 inches equals 1 foot, I can't leave the 30 as a 30. I'm going to have to change it to make it, to give it in feet and inches. So I know my 12 times tables, and I know that 30 is going to have at least 2 groups of 12. So I'm going to do subtraction here, and I'm going to get 18. So this was my first foot. We'll subtract again because 18 is more than 12. My second foot. So I'm going to end up here with 2 feet 6 inches. So once I do the subtraction here, instead of having 15 feet 30 inches, I'm going to have 6 inches here, and I'm going to have 17 feet over here, which is going to become our final answer. 1 foot, 2 foot, 2 foot, 2 feet get added to the 15. The 30 becomes, the only thing left over from that is 6 inches, so that's where that comes from. All right, moving on. 19. Anna mixes 2 quarts, 1 pint of apple juice, and 1 quart, 3 cups of cranberry juice. Will her mixture be able to fit in a 1-gallon pitcher? Explain. All right, so a couple things you should have. Let's make sure we know what equals a gallon. 8 pints equals 1 gallon. 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. 16 cups equals 1 gallon. So keep those in mind. If we feel like we need a few other ones, we can do cups to quarts and quarts to pints if we need it. So we're trying to see if all of this fits into a gallon. So let's see. We have 2 quarts, 1 pint of apple juice. We have 3 cups of cranberry juice. Now notice I'm trying to line up my quarts, pints, and cups here. Ooh, sorry, I missed a little bit. 1 quart. 1 quart, 3 cups of cranberry juice. And I want to know, will this equal more than 1 gallon? All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to combine what I can combine. I now have 3 quarts plus 1 pint plus 3 cups. And that's all the juice put together. I'm going to have to take all of my numbers to something I can add, which becomes my smallest unit, which is a cup. So everything in here has to get changed into a cup. So I know that 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. So my pint here is going to become 2 cups. Quart's going to be a little bit more challenging. So 1 quart equals 2 pints. So I have I already gave you the answer. I have 3 quarts times 2, which is going to give me 6 pints. So 3 quarts equals 6 pints. Stay with me. And then I'm going to come back over here to 1 pint equaling 2 cups. So now that I have 6 pints, I'm going to say I'm going to multiply that by 2 and get 12 cups. So now I know that 3 quarts equals 12 cups. And now I can add these numbers. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 plus 3 is 17 cups. Does that fit into a gallon? Well, way back in the beginning of this problem, we put down that 16 cups. What did I just do? That 16 cups equals a gallon. I have 17 cups. So guess what? No, it does not fit. You have one too many cups. So this one was kind of, this had a little bit of work going on in it. I hope this helps you. I believe this is the end of 12.10. And all right, hopefully this has volume. I will talk with you guys later. I miss you, and I hope you all are having a good day. Bye-bye.